A brief history of Trojan Horse International, acronym TULIP, Phils Incorporated. David Clark is a British subject and was ordained a servant of the gospel by the Beaton Stricter Particular Baptist Church in 1982, which was a gospel standard listed cause, meeting in the Beaton Chapel near Aylesbury, Buckinghamshire. David was an honourable member of this church from 1976 until 1984, after which he seceded over matters of conscience. A full written account of his secession has been written and circulated to all concerned in 1984. David entitled this publication The Beaton Crisis, which has now been republished some 28 years after the event. In 1999, David received news of his brother Michael, his conversion from crime to Christ, whilst serving a 16-year prison sentence in the Philippines, and he had been baptised as a Christian in an old army oil drum by a former inmate within the prison. It was this news that prompted David to publish their story in his book, Converted on LSD Trip. At that time, David was in attendance of the Christian Gospel Church meeting at the Hilton Hotel, Farlington, Portsmouth, in May 2000, as he had sought to be involved in a church and he believed in the principle of a gathered church. And upon receiving the news of Michael's conversion, David and Gordon Smith were prompted to go on a mission to the Philippines to help Michael, who was serving his prison sentence in New Bilibid Maximum Security Prison, Muntinlupa City, Philippines in August 2001. As a result of the very successful mission, which was called Trojan Horse, they established a working relationship with Reverend Lucas P. Gangatton, the senior pastor of New Bilibid Prison Theological Institute, and many inmates who were connected with the various religious groups within the prison. At that time, David and Michael requested 100 convicted criminals within the New Bilibid prison that had been converted from crime to Christ to write their testimonies in order to publish them in a book called Trojan Warriors. This book was completed and published on September the 11th, 2002. In this book, there are 66 testimonies, and in the original document, it contained, by chance, just 365 pages. During the following year, 2001 to 2002, Trojan Horse International worked closely with Lucas P. Gangatton to further the work of Lucas to establish the Teacher Training College within New Bilibid Prison. The design was being to build upon the work that he had already begun in 1992. Lucas P. Gangatton was the senior pastor of the Theological Institute. See Trojan Warriors, subject, the ministry office and function. In 2002, Lucas P. Gangatton was appointed the president of Trojan Horse International Christian Ministries. This concept was that of Lucas Gangatton's, which was originally housed within the Maximum Security Prison. The purpose was to train and equip converted men who had been converted to teach and preach the gospel in their own towns, villages and countries upon release from prison. Also to establish working links with educational and government agencies within Britain and the Philippines. The design being to develop a teacher training college and seek international links with British universities, colleges, seeking also support from evangelically minded Christian groups, the objectives being to set captives free. In August 2002, William O. Poloc was released from prison. William O. Poloc was the first man we called the first Trojan warrior to be released, who was commissioned to return to his own home in Baguio City and preach the gospel. He established a prison ministry in Baguio City Jail and Benguet Provincial Jails and formed a Christian church, and his work is ongoing. Now listen to the testimony of William O. Poloc.